Hi guys, welcome back to the 52-week organizing challenge. This week we're going to be working on organizing our recipes and recipe books. So I have this little kitchen island here in my kitchen, and this is where I have decided to store all of my recipe books and recipes. So I'm just going to open it up and show you guys inside of it and how I have things stored. Okay, so there are two shelves here, and I just store my recipes up here and recipe boxes, and then my recipe books down on the bottom shelf. I don't have a lot of recipe books, and at one point I really was thinking about investing in growing my collection of recipe books, but now I find most of my recipes right online. So I don't really feel like I need to expand my recipe book collection because I have a wealth of recipes right at my fingertips right online. So I'm sticking with what I have, and these are the recipe books that I really do refer to often and do like. I did sort of weed out the ones that I really didn't find a lot of recipes that were working for us. So these are sort of the staples in our household. I did get this Taste of Home magazines for a while, and so I do have those. I love this Better Homes and Garden Anyone Can Cook cookbook. It's really easy. It gives you lots of pictures and easy instructions, and I love that book. I really highly recommend that for someone who's just beginning to learn how to cook. And then we have some grilling books, and then slow cooker books, Campbell's recipe books, and just a few others. And then up here is where I keep my recipes. Now I'm going to pull them out and show you guys sort of how I keep my recipes stored and organized. I also keep my meal planning book here, and this was my plum paper planner, meal planner, but I just am not really using that anymore. I do want to just kind of keep it in here just so that way I know where it is. And I just like having all of my meal planning stuff, recipes, and recipe books all in one general area. So that way when I go to meal planning, I don't have to go in several places searching for things. It's all right here. So I'm just going to pull out my recipe books and recipe boxes and share with you guys how I have those organized. Okay, so these are the 3 recipe organizers that I have, and they're all special in their own way. So I know it's silly that I have 3 different ways to organize my recipes, but it makes sense for me, and it's sort of sentimental. So this is my mother-in-law's recipe box. She has all of her handwritten recipes in here, and she passed away last year, and this was the best thing that we could have gotten from her. I mean, my husband absolutely loved her cooking, and the fact that we have her recipes and her recipe box is so sentimental. And this really made me decide that I wanted to create something to hand down to my children, sort of like a log of our favorite recipes and that sort of thing, because really this is just something that we will always cherish, and we can hand this down to our children as well. So that has all of her recipes in it, and I'm not parting with this at all. I definitely, absolutely just cherish this. All right, guys, so this is an Erin Condren recipe box. It's an acrylic box. I believe they are still available for sale on her website. I love the box. I think it's beautiful. I'm not in love with using the index cards for writing down my recipes. I don't know, just wasn't really working for me. But I do still keep this because I have all of the recipes that people have given me in their handwriting, and I keep that in here. So any recipes that people have given me on index cards or whatever, I keep in here. And I have like a ton of extra index cards that I bought, which are super cute. I don't know, that system wasn't working for me. But again, I really think there's something so special about receiving a recipe from someone that's handwritten by them. So I keep all of those recipes in here. For my wedding shower, and this is a good, I think, little tip for if you're throwing a wedding shower. My mom and mother-in-law had asked everyone to bring a recipe, one of their favorite recipes for me, at my shower. And so I have all of their recipes in here, and it's just something very special to look back on. So I keep all of those there. Okay, and last but not least, this is going to be a recipe book that I am going to log all of my recipes that I cook and that our family really enjoys, I'm going to log those in here. And hopefully I can, hand this down to my children one day. So this is a Me and My Big Ideas recipe book. It has a nice little quote on the front. It's a nice cover. This is that disc bound system, which is different. And I like that all the recipes are in one book. I don't know. I just think this is an easier way for me to sort of organize recipes. So in the front I just have some sticky notes here, and then there's a folder. The folder was in the back, but I moved it to the front, and I keep recipes that I need to still log in right in here. So if there's a recipe that I really love that I found online, I print it out and put it in here, and then when I have some time I can write it in the recipe book. And then on the back there are just some stickers here that came with this book, and I like to just sort of decorate the pages. This is the first page just saying who the book is for, and some stickers that I added. And then there are some tabs. So it has family favorites, main dishes, entertaining, slow cooker, healthy fare, quick and easy, desserts, and miscellaneous. And I really like the way that this is set up. It's easy to maneuver through recipes and find everything. So I have just started to go ahead and write down some of our favorite recipes. I write down the ingredients, the preparation. Then over here there's a little area that says how many people it serves, the main ingredients, how difficult the recipe is, prep time, cook time, temperature, and then notes. So I really like this note section too, because I just write down fun little notes that our family can look back on and remember that, goes along with the meal that I'm writing about. So I've just gone ahead and done a few recipes in here, and I'm going to continue logging them in this book for my family, and then someday I will be able to hand this down to my children, like my mother-in-law handed this down to us. So that is how I keep my recipes organized. Again, it's kind of silly that I have 3 different systems, but it's just sort of what works for us. And like I said, each one has like some sentimental value to it also, because I really think that with this amazing gift that we received from my mother-in-law, it really has shown me like the value of just handing down recipes from generation to generation. So that is my recipe organization and cookbook organization. I hope that you guys are all doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching.